Okay, welcome to the fourth part. We're just going to be talking about the usefulness question. Another 10-mark question. This one a lot more straightforward and hopefully marks in the bank for you if you just remember what to say about certain sources. Okay, so this is a 10-mark question on usefulness, asking you to study sources D and E and use your own knowledge if you can. How useful are sources D and E as evidence of attitudes to the Hollywood 10? Explain your answer using sources D and E and your own knowledge. Okay, now this is not something that I want you to panic about when you see the words Hollywood 10, but think about actually the sources, and more importantly, the most important question is who makes the sources. So let's have a look. Source D. So source D. Let's have a photograph of a march of leading actors and filmmakers in October 1947. They were members of the Committee for the First Amendment protesting about the treatment of the Hollywood 10. Okay, so source D is protesting against the treatment of the Hollywood 10 and is arguing that they are innocent. For example, I see a line of actors and filmmakers marching in protest. This shows me that not everyone believed the Hollywood 10 were guilty, but that some thought they were innocent. Now this is asking about source D and source E, so you need to try and do the same thing for source E. Source E argues that it says broadcast by Judy Garland, October 1947. But I've been following this investigation. I don't like it. There are lots of stars here to speak to you. We're show business, yes, but we're also American citizens. It's one thing if someone says we're not good actors, that hurts, we can take it. To me, I say we're not good Americans, we resent that. Again, it's saying that actors and entertainers were good Americans. For example, it says that we resent that, and it says we're also American citizens. This shows us that the actors involved, it says she is a leading Hollywood actress, believed that they were innocent and unfairly targeted. Okay, remember, you've read the background information, you know this about the Red Scare, so even if you don't quite know what the Hollywood 10 is, you can maybe put together the fact that maybe these people are being targeted. Okay, so what I've done there is I've discussed the sources, and I've made a point, I've evidenced it, and explained it. Again, I've done the same for the second source. I've pointed it, and I've evidenced it. Now remember, so far so good, but we haven't really answered the question yet. We've just prepared ourselves. The question is, how useful are they as evidence, as attitudes towards the Hollywood 10? Okay, now, who made them? Now, source D is a photograph. Photograph is a wonderful thing. You can say this. Source D is a photograph, so it is only useful to an extent. Remember, photographs only capture a moment in time. It only captures one moment in time and focuses on a small area of the world. We don't know what is going on around the photograph. There could be more people protesting against them, perhaps. And we don't know how typical this scene is. Most people could have supported the attacks on the Hollywood 10. And then source E is a text, but we can look at it and say, well, actually, it's from an actress, someone who was actually involved. Therefore, again, let's look at that. Source E is written by someone who is involved as an actress. Therefore, she is going to see her own profession and her own friends in a positive light. We also don't know if Judy Garland is a reliable witness or if she knew some of the people accused. If she knew some of the people being accused, then perhaps she's not being truthful. So we've analysed the sources for their usefulness here, and then we just need to say overall the sources are not very useful because they both involve actors who were the ones being accused. Therefore we need to use more sources which show a bigger picture and a wider kind of cross section of society. In other words, we're trying to find out about how actors felt or the attitudes towards the Hollywood 10. We can't just use these two sources as they're both just talking about actors. They're both from the point of view of actors. This is, find some things out. However, when we look at it, they're not particularly useful, and overall, we come to that conclusion that they're not useful. They'll get you 8, 9, or 10 marks out of 10, depending on how well you can do that. Again, no extra knowledge required really, just taking it from the sources themselves.